All right, let's make some really easy DIY macrame glass jar, probably plant hangers. So I just got this yarn or like macrame string. It needs to be way longer than you think it's going to be because the knots take up a lot of space. The first one I did over on the side, I used 4 different loops, and this one I'm going to do with 5 loops because I'm over here experimenting. So once you think you have enough, keep them connected at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it looks good. And then at the bottom, we're going to cut it off and we're going to cut those individual little guys. So they're connected at the top, but not at the bottom. And again, feel free to try a different number of loops. And then from here, all we're going to do is we're going to grab a wooden or a metal O-ring, and you're just going to do a little slip knot, like just like choke it on there. I was experimenting with other versions of having the knots at the top, and I definitely prefer the strangly bits or the fraying bits or whatever down at the bottom. So that's what we're doing this time. Then you kind of want to eyeball how big your glass jar is and where you want it to sit. So you don't want to be too close up to the top or too much at the bottom. And you're just going to section off your little strings, 2 by 2 by 2. And the first row of knots, you're just going to, again, decide where you want it, and then just tie a knot there. And then for each subsequent one, you're going to try to get the knot the same exact spot so it hangs evenly. And I am using a crochet hook to tie my knots as always, because I don't know if I know how to tie a knot without a crochet hook at this point. Pull it right on through, and don't tighten them all the way because they're easier to move around if you make a mistake if they're not pulled all the way tight. There we go. Um, and then, I'll see, it wasn't quite right, so I left it loose so I could slide it up. Perfect. Then you tie them to their friend's knot. So you leave the one on the outside by himself and you tie them inside. This creates like the netting effect. And you can do this honestly as many times as you want. When I tried to do more than 2, I did get tangled, but I don't know if that's a number of knots or just my lack of focus because I'm always multitasking. So for the second row of knots, you want to make sure that it fits the length of your jar. And again, you're trying to get them all equal. And the 2 on the outside that don't have a pair, they're going to be knotted to each other. I'm just trying to get them as even as you can. Look at that look of consternation on my face. She is focused. Okay, and you bring that one over. Trying to get these outside ones to be the same height is a little bit tricky. So just do your best. It doesn't have to be an exact science, especially if you have the bigger jar you have, or the bigger bowl, or the bigger pot, the less this part matters as much because it's going to be way bigger than the hole you're making, Once you kind of get that situated, pull them all even, make sure you're even. And then you do a one big knot at the bottom with all of it. And again, you always need these like way, 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 way longer than you think. Because the other ones I made after this, I left a long tail at the bottom, and I actually really liked that too. So this one gets hard, as you can see, when the tail's getting a little short. And so I'm using my crochet hook. Um, the more I do, the better it gets. But you're watching the POC version, the proof of concept. And then just make sure that it fits there. And then I'm going to pull that knot real tight. Watch me do it. Wait, that's a crochet. But watch me pull real tight. Hey-ya, hey-ya. Okay, cool. That's it. And then, ta-da, you have your very own macrame hanger. And you can do this with as many things as you want, but look how cute it is. Oh my gosh. There's the second one I made with the 5 loops. And then here's the OG. Here's the 4 loops right over here with a slightly bigger jar. Oh my gosh, how cute are they? Yay! Good job, everybody. Ta-da!
Okay, so I put up the macrames I made yesterday. Wow, I swapped them out. You can't even tell the difference between the macrame I bought and the macrame I made. And I swapped this one out for the brown one that was here. Wow, it's so beautiful. And then this one is up here. He looks empty, which, oh no, means I need a new plant.